Hey y'all, it's Katie. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to check out another one of my videos. Today's video is a little bit impromptu. Basically, last weekend really got away from me and I wasn't able to get a video out on Monday, and now it's Tuesday. I still don't have a video together, and it just was all because of like a lot of crazy things that happened over the weekend that almost was like life-changing, but then it ended up not being life-changing at all. So I figured I'd just sit down, do my makeup real quick, do a shorter video for me. I'm sure it'll still be long because I'm gonna be talking and chatting throughout it and I can get chatty, so a bit of a shorter video, a bit of an easier edit for me to put out for you guys, hopefully for Wednesday. So if you're seeing this on Wednesday, I succeeded, but hopefully for Wednesday, just to let you guys know what's going on. So that is the purpose of today's video, and for the demo, as I talk to you guys, I'm going to be finally using the new Wealthy Chic from Coloured Raine Cosmetics. If you guys didn't see this, I'm sure you have, because again, I'm late to it, but this palette is an all green palette that Coloured Raine came out with, and this color story with their shimmers, I know this is going to be beautiful, so I am going to do my best to use just about all of these. I'm sure it won't be that hard, but let's go ahead and jump right in, play with this, and just chat about my weekend. Okay, so you guys know me, I always like to start on the outer corner typically. Every now and then I do things different, but I like to start in the outer corner, so I'm going to use the darkest shade as we dive into this. But yeah, I had every plan to just a normal weekend, normal schedule, whatever. I was going to work on the video for Monday during naps, on Saturday and on Sunday, and I just did not even consider that it wouldn't get done. And then Saturday and Sunday were so busy that I didn't even like get to do anything editing wise, anything on the computer. I was just running around so much. So yeah, it all started with like Friday. My husband went to work and he showed me, no, he didn't show me, he just told me, he was like, hey, I saw something pop up. I saw a house pop up for sale this morning that I think is really nice. And I haven't really been sharing much about it, but we do know we're going to be staying here another year in Florida, and after that we would like to permanently stay in the area, and we would like to find a place with more land. Where we're staying at now we really do like, but it is in a neighborhood. It isn't like super big on the land outside our house and whatnot. It's got a decent backyard and whatnot, great for kids and stuff, but we would like to move to a place that has more land that we could expand. I've been really, in the past year or two, really itching to have my one big thing is like chickens. I really want chickens again. I grew up with them. I would love to get some goats and be able to like have goat's milk and have, you know, goats in our yard, and who knows, down the road maybe bigger animals. But those are the two that I've been thinking of and considering that would we really need to raise for our own, you know, means to be able to support my family and be able to provide for them, and then also to have a bigger yard to grow a bigger vegetable garden and all that. So we've been contemplating this, and we had initially thought that we were just going to do it next year because we're coming up on this year is going to be pretty busy for my husband. So I was like, oh, it's a bit of a busy time with your work being so busy, and then we're having a baby and all that. So we've just been casually looking, but not anything really hard. So our attitude was like, we'll just keep the status quo unless something comes up that seems so perfect, and then maybe we'll check it out. And so Friday he was like, this place came up, it's pretty perfect. And so I was like, okay, you'll show me it tonight. And so Friday night he showed me, and I was like, wow, that seems pretty perfect. And so it was like, you want to call and maybe go see it? So I was like, sure. I mean, it seems pretty perfect. We said if it seemed like there was a perfect place for everything we were wanting for, you know, to do with a kind of like a forever home, that we would go see it. So Saturday ended up being a very crazy day because I was supposed to go to like a little Renaissance fair that our local place was having. I thought that'd be fun for the kids, but one of my kids woke up, got sick all over the place, and was very sick that morning. It turns out, thankfully, it wasn't the stomach bug or anything like that because we weren't sure. It ended up just being a flare-up with my kids when they get too much lactose in their diet, and they're still like a little sensitive to it, which this one is. He's my middle child, and he's still pretty sensitive to dairy. But anyway, if he gets too much of it in his system and his system kind of gets backed up, then it comes up the other way basically, and we'll have issues with throwing up for a while. So that ended up being our Saturday morning. I'm gonna use this on my inner corner, and then I'm gonna grunge out the outer corner or outer edge of everything with this one because I really like that shade. So between, you know, trying to get going for myself with food and whatnot, trying to take care of someone else who was throwing up, it was a very eventful Saturday morning, but he eventually was able to keep food down, and it's usually, from past experience, we know it's usually just half a day thing, and then he can start keeping things down, and we just need to give him a lot of like prune juice and really good things for his body to cleanse itself out, and then he'll be good to go. So we did that, and then he was feeling better after naps. They're like, well, you know, let's go see the house. Like, yeah, it's kind of last minute and whatnot, but let's go see it, let's go explore it with the kids. So we went out, and that's what we did Saturday evening, and then we ended up going to my mom's house after we saw it and would just talk to them for a long time. So that was like I think we ended up getting home at like 8 o'clock that night. So I was either taking care of a sick child or we were out of the house all of Saturday, which was very unlike what I had planned. Like I said, I was going to take him to the little Renaissance fair thingy and then come home and just have a relaxing, you know, laid back and relaxing Saturday at home. But we saw the house and we did really like it. There were some things that we were like, weren't the craziest about, so I thought it wouldn't, you know, I don't know, it wasn't sold on it. But the more we talked about it and, you know, the more we were thinking through it, if we move again from this place, Lord willing, I'd really like it to kind of be like our forever home. We can move to a place and not move anymore. We've moved a lot recently, and I'd really like to not move if we don't have to. And if we find a place with a nice amount of land, I'd like it to be kind of like our forever home. And so with that in mind, you know, we were thinking through if we kept this place for a long time, you know, the changes we could make, and it really began to grow on us, and it really was everything we were looking for in a lot of aspects. It just had some interesting characteristics that, you know, we didn't really like. But again, if it was our forever home, they were all characteristics about it that could easily be changed or adapted for our family. So we talked about it some more, and we were more leaning on maybe at least putting in an offer on the house. But the hard part is that if we wanted to put an offer on a house, it would have to be contingent on us selling this house because it's not on the market. We don't want to own 2 big houses, and we just couldn't do it without selling the one house. And this house that we were looking at was like in a bind because they needed to sell the house in order for their person to finish buying a house that they were moving into. It was a confusing story. I don't want to like bore you guys with the details, but basically it was going to be like super tight, and like within 40 days we would be out of this house and in a new house if it worked out and we won the bid, that type of thing. So it was a big undertaking because it's like, okay, if we say that we want to bid on this place and they say yes, like our whole life is going to change in 1 month. It's going to go from living over here. It was like a different area in town, different area. Like for my husband, it would add a lot of time for him on work. And like I said, he has a really busy, year coming up. So it was a lot of stuff to consider, and it was just a lot to happen super quick, being pregnant and all that stuff. So anyway, we talked about it for a lot on Saturday night. Again, came home, and then after the kids went to bed, talked about it a ton more. So that's literally all I did, and I like collapsed whenever we finished talking on Saturday. And then Sunday we went to service, and we were like, you know what, I'd really like to go see it one more time without the kids, so that we could kind of just look at it more thoroughly. It was a lot of land, so we wanted to be able to go and like walk around the whole property type of thing. That and stuff we just couldn't really do with the kids, and also just being able to kind of explore a little bit more without having to wonder if our kids are wandering into something. So we decided to go back out right after service and give the kids a little nap in the car when we went out there, and then my parents were able to watch them while we went back out there. We ended up spending a long time just going over the whole property with the realtor, walking around all the property, all the land, and through the house, kind of getting in the nitty-gritty more than we were able to do with the kids. Like my husband went up in the attic and stuff like that. So we just spent a lot more time on Sunday afternoon looking at it. And then Sunday, we picked up the kids and headed back home and got in not as late as the night before. I think we got in at like 5, but then it was like the house was in such disarray from all the craziness of getting up to go to church, and then the day before we had gone out so late that I didn't get anything cleaned before going to bed on, what is that, Saturday night? So the house was hurting. So we got home, we did dinner, and we cleaned up, and had a lot of time to talk, and that's basically what we did Saturday night, because we just talked a lot about if we were going to put in an offer, because we needed to know, because there were other people lining up to put in offers. So it was just a lot of like mentally thinking of all the life changes that were going to come up and all that stuff that I did not have time to edit at all or do anything like that. By the time we finished that, we kind of settled. What was it? Sunday night we settled with, let's pray about it. A Monday after my husband comes home from work, and we'll decide if we're going to put in an offer and like for how much and stuff like that, because it was looking like it would be pretty hotly contested as well. It looked like there were several people interested in the property as well. So that was another thing that's so hard to think about. It's like, should we really like push to get it and make this happen and like just be willing to spend more money, or is it like, should we not be doing that right now because we don't technically need to move? And like I said, my husband has like gonna have a really tough year coming up with his schedule. So it's just a lot to think about. A lot to think about. I hope I'm not boring you with this story. Sorry if I am. So anyway, that was our Monday. Oh no, that was our Sunday. And so we decided, let's pray about it tonight and pray about it during the day on Monday. And then after you get off work, we'll talk about it and decide if we're gonna put in an offer and what we're willing, like what's our cap that we're willing to put in, like how much do we wanna like try to get this property type of thing. So that's what we did. We went to bed, and then Monday was a regular day. I had so much catch up to do. Thankfully, I had one of my sisters here helping me. We went out and did something fun with the kids in the morning, and then one of my sisters kind of helped me around the house catch things up because, like I said, it was in disarray. I'm not talking about the eyeshadow at all, obviously. I'm so sorry, but as you guys can see, it's coming along beautifully. Yeah, so I just was really praying about it and kind of settling on like being at peace with putting in an offer and kind of putting in what we thought was reasonable for the property and not trying to like put the highest bid in, you know, try to beat everyone else out and spend more than we probably should on the property. But we decided to put in what we thought was a reasonable offer, or this is what I was kind of thinking of before I talked to my husband, to put in a reasonable offer and leave the rest in God's hand. That's what I was thinking. And then my husband got off work and we talked about it, and he was like, you know what, throughout the day, that's kind of what I was comfortable with. Let's just put in what we think is, you know, what we could afford, what we could, you know, handle, what we think is, you know, a good price, I guess, what we're willing to pay for the property, and just leave it in the Lord's hands and not kind of fall into a bidding war. Because I guess you can put like clauses on your offer to be notified if there's a higher offer, so you have the opportunity to bid more. And I was just like, I don't know, I felt like that could get a little dangerous if it just kind of went back and forth, and then I don't know, we could be spending way too much. All that to say, that's what we did on Monday. So I was like, okay, we'll put this in, and we kind of had to plan for if we did get it, because if we did get it, the way things were set up with that property and with our property, we would have to like sell our house within like a month or 40 days, 30, 40 days, we would have to sell our house. And our house is like not prepped. Like I said, we weren't really looking for a house. We weren't, you know, trying to look for a house right now. We weren't trying to look for property right now. So our house is like not prepped. So like there's things that need to be fixed around the house. I mean, if I was gonna be selling a house, I'd be boxing, you know, the stuff up and either decluttering and getting rid of junk, or boxing up stuff that we just don't need right now, or that we could clean up for showing a house and stuff like that. So Monday night I went to bed thinking like, if they come back and say yes, there's a whole lot of work that I need to do like within a day or two, because we'd have to, again, get the pictures, you know, taken quickly to get our house on the market quickly. There was a whole lot I was gonna have to do to get this house, you know, kind of showroom / staged ready to show. So that was also a lot. And then, you know, this is Monday, so I was like, there's no way I can sit down and edit a video, because if this offer comes back, like I just have so much to do. So Monday afternoon when my kids were asleep, I actually started kind of going through the areas of the house that kind of have been building up on clutter, or just like piles that I've been meaning to go through, and I was getting rid of stuff. So, you know, that's still a pro all around that, you know, I did get an area of the house a little bit cleaner. But I knew Monday after we put in the offer that if they came back and accepted, like I would probably have to stop filming for a while, because it was just going to be a little bit insane getting everything ready. So anyway, we put in the offer, and then actually not that long after we put in the offer, they were pretty quick, because again, the property we were looking at, they really wanted to, they really needed to sell, so they were really wanting to get the ball rolling as well. So they came back pretty quickly and basically told us that they went with another offer. So we didn't get the property. And right after we found out, I mean, both of us were like, I get it. If I was a person selling it, I would go with the highest offer. And that just wasn't the Lord's will for us right now. And it's just not the right time to move. And there's like right now for us, both my husband and I were like, we're equally like disappointed and sad, because the place really was, it really had a lot of things that both of us too, like I said, I really want to get property to be more like self-sustainable in being able to like raise our own food, have our own garden, raise our own chickens for eggs and stuff like that. That's kind of like my forever home dream, and my husband's forever home dream is like to be more self-sustainable in like having your own well for water, you know, having a generator and stuff like that. That's kind of his dream. So this place really had a little bit of both and really set up to do both of our dreams very well. So we were both pretty equally disappointed, but also like kind of relieved too, because like I said, if it went through, if they did accept our bid, like it was going to be an insane 30-40 days. So that's pretty much where we're at right now, kind of dealing with the whole like, you know, the high of like the possibilities of what if, and then kind of the low now of like, okay, that's not happening. I guess life can resume and go on as normal. But yeah, this is basically what happened this weekend. And with it, you know, even Monday, I could have sat down and worked on editing, but I'm actually working on my first Palapalooza for 2022. And if you're new around here, those videos take the longest for me to film because I put in a lot of other stuff along with the video just being longer of me talking. I talk a lot, but I also put in a lot of other things. And it just takes time to put all that together and edit that into a video. So I knew I couldn't finish it in a day. So it was like, you know, no point in doing it. And also too, with the potential idea that we could be buying a house, I knew I needed to get things cleaned up. So that's what I ended up doing on Monday. Is this even like worth talking about? Cause like it might be kind of boring for you guys, but I literally have nothing else to talk about. I really wanted to try this palette out. I didn't get to do my eyes today before we left this morning. I took the kids to the park. I'm gonna take the lighter shade and do like a cut crease going up if it's vibrant enough. Ooh, that looks pretty. Yeah, really nice. So anyway, I really had nothing else to talk about, and I kind of wanted to do a video that I could at least put up on Wednesday, because at the time of me filming this, I am still nowhere near even halfway done on my Palapalooza video, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it up this week. I'll definitely start working on it, but I figured I could do this video with you guys and just talk to you guys about what happened this weekend, and then if I can't get the Palapalooza done for like a Thursday upload, I think I'll just go live on Thursday or Friday. I haven't decided if it's Thursday or Friday. We'll go live and do another kind of trying on makeup, and I can chat with you guys live, and that'll be fun, and that'll be my 2 kind of uploads for the week. And I've been struggling with the lives. Like I've been trying to get the better quality because I enjoy lives, but I think I enjoy it most when I can like do my makeup on camera. But I did it once or twice and the quality is so bad, like it's so fuzzy. I'm kind of like, I don't want to do my makeup on camera because it's so fuzzy. You guys can't really see that well, so like you can't see quality and stuff. I'm going into this one. So I've been trying to figure out how to improve my quality, and I think if a couple tweaks that I'm doing don't work out, I might need a new computer, which is going to be super expensive, and I'm just not ready to, I don't have the budget for that right now, especially after spending all the other stuff I've spent to get the room set up for live streaming. So I don't know. I think I was talking to Apple, like apple.com or whatever, and asking them about my computer, because I've heard that sometimes if your computer doesn't have like the graphics for live streaming, it just won't work. And from what they say, my computer should be able to handle it. So I'm thinking right now it's my internet. So I'm trying to see if I can get a like extender, because I think we have an extra one somewhere in the house that I have to find. But I want to see if I can get a internet extender basically, and see if I can get a cord to connect the internet straight into my computer and see if that's it. Because I've also heard that sometimes, you know, connecting it straight in is going to give you a better quality, because it could just be my internet access, and that's the reason the quality is so like bad. It's not terrible, but it's definitely not great. Not like as nice as when I record and edit a video together. So I'm gonna try that. There's those two. They're actually super similar. So honestly, in future, I wouldn't really feel like I would use them together because they're so close that, yes, there's a difference, but I don't know. They have enough shift to them. I feel like you wouldn't really be able to tell. But anyway, so I'm gonna try that and see if I can hook up my computer straight to the internet, because I have a feeling that that's probably what is going on, because with our last internet provider, I couldn't even get internet back here. Like, now, don't even talk about live streaming. I couldn't even use my phone back here to like refresh Instagram most days. Like I would have just so much issues with it. But recently we changed providers, got a new internet access that's so much faster. This is just a clean brush that I'm using. so much faster, and it's been a lot better, and that's why I was like, you know what, I think I might be able to do live stream, and that's why I tried it. And we actually have an extender that's sitting just over there, like, I don't know, 2 yards from me. It's like sitting over there. However, it's on the other side of a wall. We're at the back of the house, and I was like, maybe it's still just the wall is interfering with it. It's still too far, and it's too far for me to connect it. So I need to see if I can find another extender. Is this even interesting? Anyway, I'm gonna see if I can find our extra extender to put literally right here beside me, and then that way I can hook it up with a cord and see if hooking up directly to my internet gives me better service. Let me put this on real quick and then we'll continue. All right, I am back. I just put on the Lip Blaze from Lime Crime and Herb. This is one of my favorite lip products. It has been for like the last year, and I kind of got off of using it for, I feel like the last couple months, but I found it like a week or 2 ago, and I've been in love with it once again. So nice. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and finish out my eyes. As you see, I put on mascara after I put on my liner as well. I'm gonna take that lightest shade and I'm gonna use it on my inner corner, hoping it'll give a little bit of a brighter shift. Since I did use it kind of in that inner corner portion of my lid, it might not be a huge difference, but hopefully brighten it up. It definitely looks like super white in the pan, but when you use it, it's like very gold. Makes me wonder what color would show up more if I had, you know, more like cool tone colors to use it with. As it is, like, I am not getting that really white looking cast to it. It's very much a gold. I'm also just going to go ahead and use it as a highlighter. We'll see what that does. I feel like it'll be a good one. But first impressions on this palette, this is the very first time I've used it. Super happy with it. Well, it's leaning a little like gold still, but it has a little green shift to it when it's just on my face, so I like that. Kind of goes with the looks, with the whole look in general. But anyway, I am really impressed with the palette. The mattes blended out beautifully, and both the shimmers, while they are very close, that's kind of like my only one con with it, is they're just so close together, you almost can't tell a difference. But they're both very smooth, very easy to pick up. No flakiness, no chunkiness. I mean, I'm barely touching into the pan so softly, and they're just so intense. So really happy with these. The last palette I think I tried from Coloured Raine was the Juicy one, the Juicy Boost. I don't remember being impressed with either one of the shimmers. So overall, all of these I was very happy with. If there was anything, I would say maybe the greens, the brighter greens, I feel like were a touch tough to blend out, but it also could just be me and my blending abilities, so keep that in mind. These are very minute little critiques, but yeah, as a whole, I really like the palette. I really like the look, and now I get to kind of dive into seeing how different the looks I can get from this palette are, like if I can get a lot of versatility, because you guys know, even if it's a small palette, if I can get a couple different kind of looks from it, I am happy. But if every eyeshadow looks the same, then it's a little, I just get a little bored. But anyway, yeah, I think that is pretty much my video. I didn't really have much else to say. Just want to update you on that little bit of a crazy week. Again, I hope it wasn't too boring, but I hope if it was a little boring, at least you enjoyed seeing how the Coloured Raine formula worked out with the Wealthy Chic. Is it Wealthy Chic or Wealthy Chic? I think it's Wealthy Chic because it doesn't have a K, but you can let me know. But anyway, yeah, I'm super happy with it. I can't wait to do a suit, like a more grungy look with this shade specifically. I love this type of color. It just looks so pretty on the outer corner, so I want to do a look that kind of emphasizes all the grunge. So I'm gonna have to think about what I'll use. But anyway, that's gonna do it for me. Thank you guys so very much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up down below, as it helps me in the whole YouTube algorithm. And oh, I'm also over on Instagram. I almost forgot my outro. Over on Instagram, LadyKatie92, if you want to follow me over there. I post reels, up close eye pictures, all that sort of thing. And yeah, hopefully either Thursday or Friday, not entirely sure. Keep an eye out for my community tab, but hopefully Thursday or Friday I'll come on during naps for a live chat, and we can finish trying out the other 2 Playing in Makeup by Yolanda palettes that I got live on camera. And hopefully, my fingers are crossed, but hopefully the internet access will, or not internet access, but hopefully the internet will work better, and hopefully the quality of my live streaming will be better. So fingers crossed, we shall see, but I'm going to see you guys very soon in my next video. Bye guys.